Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
This is 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review-Journal.
Election day is tomorrow, but more than half of the state's voters have already cast their ballots. Thanks for joining us on 7 at 7 tonight. I'm Lena Bleetz. We begin with business, brought to you by G-Bank, your best banking experience ever. Election day is tomorrow, and both Kamala Harris and Donald Trump are trying to win over the Latino vote. A Latino Community Foundation survey lists inflation as the top issue for Latinos in Nevada and rent and affordable housing driving most of the concern around inflation. LVRJ real estate reporter Patrick Blinnerhassett explains.
Predominantly Latinos, they make up a big share of a lot of the workers at the casinos. A lot of them are renters. Some of them are more low income. So they're a lot more impacted by the fluctuations of the market, and they're a lot more impacted by housing unaffordability. So that's clearly playing into that demographic a little bit.
In Top Stories, sponsored by Nevada Hand's Silver Sky Assisted Living Community. Learn more at nevadahand.org. More than half of Nevada's registered voters have already cast their votes. Review-Journal's Anaya Collins tells us what the early voting numbers indicate.
So far, more than 1 million Nevadans have voted in the 2024 presidential election. The numbers suggest the race will be close, and nonpartisan voters could be the ones who decide who wins. As of Friday night, nearly 399,000 Republicans in Nevada have voted, along with over 353,000 Democrats and nearly 300,000 people who were either nonpartisan or with another party. In past election cycles, Republicans had to play catch-up. Now, Democrats are the ones behind. But both parties feel confident nonpartisan voters are breaking towards them.
So we can see, the Republican and Democratic voting turnout, but we don't know how nonpartisan voters are voting. We see that they are voting, but we don't know which way they are going.
If you're hitting the polls tomorrow, we have some reminders. Polls are open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and as long as you're in line by 7 p.m., you'll still be able to vote. Don't wear anything political, and you can still register to vote. Bring your Nevada driver's license or ID card, and if your address is different, bring proof of address such as a copy of your lease or a bank statement. And you can drop off your mail ballot at any polling location. Police are asking for help in finding 4 suspects involved in an apparent armed robbery at Meadows Mall last month. These are surveillance photos of the 4 suspects. Metro Police describe one suspect as a 30 to 40-year-old male, approximately 5 feet 6 inches tall, wearing a black hat and black baggy clothing with tattoos on his arm and face. Police describe another as an adult woman around the same age and height, also wearing all black. The 2 others are described as teenage girls aged 16 to 17 years old, one with red and black dyed hair and the other with black hair. Anyone with information is urged to call Crime Stoppers. In weather, sponsored by Star Nursery, your garden's partner for every bloomin' thing. Tonight we can expect light winds and a few clouds with an overnight low of 47 degrees, then partly cloudy skies for Election Day with a high of 70 and low of 48. Then the sunshine returns for the rest of the week on Wednesday with a high of 62 and a low of 45. A high of 65 and low of 43 on Thursday, and rounding out the week with a high of 66 and low of 44 on Friday. Taking a peek at the next weekend, the sunshine is sticking around with a high of 68 and low of 46 Saturday, and a high of 71 and low of 48 on Sunday.
Vegas Nation brought to you by Station Casinos STN Sports. Download the app today. The Raiders sit at 2-7 at the bye week, and after firing Luke Getsy and multiple coaches, Antonio Pierce's eyes remain forward.
What we're going to do going forward, we got to do what we have. Obviously, we're dealing with injuries. A lot of new players are in and out of the lineup. We got to do what's best and gives us the best opportunity to win, whatever that may be. If it's throwing the ball 60 times, fine. If it's running it 60 times, fine. But we got to find a balance and an identity on offense going forward.
In Health, brought to you by Centerwell Senior Primary Care. Discover primary care focused on you. St. Jude's Ranch for Children has a new healing center for underage victims of sex trafficking. Supporters cut a ribbon to celebrate its opening. The first of its kind program will house and educate sex trafficking victims ages 13 through 18. They will work with teachers as well as social workers and survivor advocates. The program is designed for students to be there for around a year, but their time there will vary according to their specific needs. In your lifestyle news, brought to you by LV Craft Shows, has been bringing you the finest craft and gift shows since 1999. Visit lvcraftshows.com for our upcoming events. Some CCSD schools are making major leaps in their state rankings. They include Lee Antonello Elementary, which went from 1 star to 3 stars in a single year. Teacher Nicole Martin attributes that jump to a more intimate classroom setting.
I have 21 kids in a 5th grade class. You won't find that in the district. So when I have 20 kids, I can walk around, I can get to every kid, I can really work with them.
In all, 6 CCSD schools jumped 2 stars in the statewide rating system, which looks at things like academic achievement, English language proficiency, and student engagement.
Sports brought to you by PT's Taverns. With over 65 locations, there's a PT's near you. Visit ptstaverns.com. The Golden Knights remain undefeated at the Fortress and are also still in first place in the Pacific Division with a 4-3 overtime win against Utah on Saturday night. Brett Howden knocked in the winning goal to secure the victory at T-Mobile Arena. Vegas is 8-0 at home, matching the franchise record for longest home winning streak set during the inaugural 2017 to 2018 season. Up next for the Knights, they head out for 2 road games. They'll face Edmonton on Wednesday night and then the Kraken in Seattle on Friday. Sports betting brought to you by the Las Vegas Paiute Tribal Smoke and Cigar Shop. Raiders tight end Brock Bowers is the 6th choice at Caesars Sportsbook to win Offensive Rookie of the Year with odds at 25-1. Commanders quarterback Jaden Daniels is the -450 favorite. The second choice is Bears quarterback Caleb Williams, who opened the season as the favorite to win the honor and now sits at +900. Quarterback Bo Nix is +1100, followed by receivers Malik Neighbors at 18-1 and Marvin Harrison Jr. is 22-1.
Now for entertainment, sponsored by Arizona Charlie's with live entertainment every weekend at both locations. Go to ArizonaCharlies.com to see who's playing. Mr. Piffles, the furry Chihuahua sidekick to Vegas headliner Piff the Magic Dragon, is retiring on November 13th. LVRJ entertainment columnist John Castellamitas tells us about Mr. Piffles.
Mr. Piffles is about to take his final bow at the Flamingo showroom. This is the canine sidekick of Piff the Magic Dragon, who has performed 1,700 shows in Las Vegas and more than 3,000 overall, according to John Vanderpoot, who created and performs the Piff the Magic Dragon character. November 13th is the final show for Mr. Piffles. It's also his 17th birthday. His replacement is a clone who's known as Fortune because, as Piff says, that's what he cost.
Thanks for watching 7 at 7 tonight. Watch 7 at 7 twice a day, Monday through Friday, and search Review Journal to follow us on your favorite streaming platform. See you tomorrow morning for more 7 at 7.
Review Journal Studio, sponsored by Adam Kuttner. Get the maximum settlement as quickly as possible. This 7 at 7 update, sponsored by Pro Group Management. You're watching 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review Journal.